Okay then, year 10, so hopefully this is the last YouTube lesson I'll have to record for you and I can finally get you all back in my classroom. So which poem did we look at last lesson, and can you give me the quotation that was linked to the poem from last lesson? So what can you remember about this gentleman, Daljit Nagra, and what was the title of his poem? So, Sing Song is the poem that is written by Daljit Nagra. Okay, so Daljit Nagra was born in 1966 in London, and he is a British Indian. This is the only poem in the cluster that looks at relationships in another culture. His parents emigrated to Britain from India, and they are classed as first generation immigrants, the people that actually moved from India to Britain. And Nagra often writes about the experiences of Indian immigrants in Britain and challenges the stereotypes we have of arranged marriages in different cultures. So your final inference task on language then, how does this picture relate to the language used in the poem? So I'm hoping you remember this quotation above his head. So it literally means that their marital home is above the shop that his family owns. This is common practice for most shop owners and emphasises that the stereotyping of Indian people is often exaggerated. The key word above could also be a metaphor meaning that she is superior to him and he sees her as some sort of heavenly figure, a goddess even. So we spoke quite a lot obviously about the fact that Daljit wanted to challenge the stereotypes that had come from, you know, being an immigrant in Britain and English and Indian shop owners. And obviously, you know, he establishes that yes, his family does live above the shop, but actually he quite enjoys that because he sneaks off to see his wife sometimes. And obviously he sees her as quite a heavenly figure. We know that obviously Daljit's parents didn't necessarily get along with his bride, so the fact that he obviously did get along with her and they clearly had quite a romantic relationship is the stereotype that he challenges in terms of arranged marriages, because it makes out that people can't be happy together, when actually, you know, he is evidence that you can be happy with someone that is, you know, arranged for you to be married to. And your final inference task on form and structure then. So how does this picture relate to the poem's structure, do you think? So Nagra chooses an irregular rhyme scheme, as some lines rhyme, so clock and lock, yet there is no regular pattern. This irregular rhyme scheme could reflect the irregular and non-stereotypical relationship the speaker has with his wife. She is the superior one and he worships her. The repetition of certain lines, hey sing, where you been, makes it sound as though the poem has verses and choruses, like a song, relating back to my picture, and adds to the idea that this is an upbeat poem about real love. Okay, so obviously thinking about a song, the idea that obviously he's talking and he repeats lines makes it seem like a song, and that reflects this loving relationship that he clearly has with his wife. So my question for you to think about at the end of this lesson is, how is this poem different to the others explored in this unit of work? Okay, and again, I'm giving you some time to do some independent revision based around poetry. So I've attached the BBC Bite-Size page again. It's about you now extending your knowledge and reaching out into the world of English exploration and trying to develop your knowledge of these poems outside of the classroom. Okay, make sure that you work really hard, because obviously revision is really important for you guys at this point. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you back into the academy next week and starting on some Macbeth.